to grasp and catch in the class which you're going to study with CDI. Okay. So I have given you a broader view of DFIR, right? So let's continue with that. And from the next class, I'm going to give you some exercises along with some software so that you can create some acquisition by yourself with the help of a pen drive. And then in that acquisition module, we will discuss more on hard drives. So, okay. So there are some procedures which are standardized in the industry and acceptable by government and within the corporate lobby in which you work. Okay. So on the basis of that, I have given you some order views and framework on which the investigation is need to be done. So first of all, you have to identify at which exhibit is of great importance, right? Which exhibit is great importance. Why? Because let's say so SOPs. First of all, identification of exhibits with creating products. Now let's say you have 100 devices in premises and you have been called upon to start the DF investigation and you have received an intel that one of the PC is compromised. Okay, compromised, or let's say it's working abnormally. Okay, so now you don't know which of the PC is working because this compromise, whichever PC is been compromised, is not is giving data packets in very abrupt form, not in ideal form, or the screen is flickering. Let's say screen is flickering, and let's say CPU usage is high, or let's say high RPM of HDD, or let's say the RAM usage is high. Okay, so there are enough indicators which tells the PC is working by itself. Either it is having some background operation which is initiated by user, or it is working by itself, or some malicious script is going on, let's say. So you have to identify, or you have to narrow down your search to identify the exhibit of creating products. And exhibit with creating products. Also, you have intel that this is the first intel which you received from the custodian or the party which is using the PC. Let's say second intel is that PC are not in use since 1 week. Okay, let's say the premises is closed for 1 week. Okay, so you have to enter that one of the PC is compromised and all the PC are closed. Okay, This compromisation is, is coming in the monitoring or surveillance that one of the PC is compromised, but since, there is no unique ID coming that this PC is compromised, and all the PCs are not working since from 1 week. So this intel is coming from before 1 week. Okay, after the incident occur, till 1 week, there is no activity has been done. Till now, what do you have to do? Do you have to do approach? Analyze each of 100 DC. Give me answer, yes or no?
I think no, sir, because we check every computer, it takes any more time.
Yeah. So the challenge is time, and time directly proportional to cost, right? If you are going to analyze 100 PC, you have to, your cost is going to increase. Okay. So tell me one by one, what will you do in that case? Are you going to switch on all 100 PCs and analyze the behavior of it by using Task Manager, or what?
So we can analyze the PC from which this change started to find root cause.
His voice, your voice is breaking. What do you say?
So am I audible now?
Yeah, it's much better.
So I was saying that we will start from, we'll analyze the PC from where this change started, so that we
Which
can.
PC? Which PC you have to target first?
The one which was compromised initially.
But you don't know which of the PCs get compromised out of 100 PC. You have Intel, you have only 2 Intel. One of the PC is compromised. And second, since from 1 week, the office is closed.
So I want to troubleshoot all the PC.
Okay, so you are going to troubleshoot all the PCs. So what steps do you want to take in troubleshooting?
Yeah.
This is actually a case study in corporate sector. This is actually an interview question. They will give you a scenario like this and definitely like this, and they will understand what will be your approach. You don't have to give a correct answer, but you have to give a proper answer so that it can justify the investigation approach. Okay. So okay, one of the guys said troubleshoot, right? So troubleshooting is like checking the hardware, software, drivers are working properly or not. Okay, the transmission to and fro is proper or not. Okay, so it will again increase the time. So the challenge is time. If you are going to give you more time, then it will cost you more. And the party which you called upon for service.
By collecting logs, we can identify which computer is compromised.
Collecting logs. Logs from where?
Yeah. From the vendor software. Server.
Let's say there is no server. There is no EDR. There is no SIM. There is nothing. Only 100 PCs are working in office. So let me give you an approach to this. Listen very carefully. It will clear most of the queries which you're going to face in an interview. Okay, approach. Okay, so tell me, whenever you go to a hospital or whenever a natural calamity occurs, a natural disaster occurs, then what first happen? The first responder medical team will check the patient if and check the criticality of it. Then according to it, the patient will receive the treatment. Okay, so that term is called medical triaging. And in cyber, we just said triage. Okay, triaging. So triaging, what is triaging? It's a quick assessment. Quick assessment of device, whether it could be any device, whether it's server, mobile, whatever. So that you will get a behavior, past behavior, and ongoing activities, and usage, statistics of machine, like user info, who logged in and when. And definitely everything is coming from Windows registries. This is the term you have to going to listen almost every day in your cyber forensic classes, Windows registries. So when we go to this kind of topic, then we are going to study deeper and deeper what are Windows registries and how it affects and how it helps in investigations. Okay. So Windows registries, because Windows operating system is designed in such a way that all the software, all the hardware information, all the users which are connected to the machine, they are logged in such a table that for each activity a register is maintained, and therefore that registers are called Windows registries. Okay. And Windows registries and jump lists. Jump list is what? Jump list is the last accessed or executed files in the system. Okay. So when you go triaging, then how? Let's say why we need triaging. Because when you do acquisition of device, let's say you have a 1 terabyte, nowadays 1 terabyte very common, 1 terabyte laptop or any device or any machine. It will take like 5 to 6 hours in acquisition. Plus, for analysis, it would take like 3 to 4 days, single laptop. And then rest 2 days, let's say 2 to 3 days for conclusion with report making. Okay. So 5 to 6 hours, let's say it is 1 day. 3 to 4 days is, let's say, 3 days, so total 4 days and 3 days. So almost 1 week, almost a week. It's a standard time period to analyze single machine and to give out the report. So this is a standard thing. But why triaging is important to this? Because triaging is only 4 to 5 minutes process. It's just a 4 to 5 minutes process. And you don't have to do all these things. You don't have to do all these things because triaging will give you the activities, the past behavior, the statistics of the machine, and the which files are executed. So this data is enough to narrow down your search in from 100 PCs, that which of the PC is got compromised. Okay. So let's say you have 4 to 5 minutes for each PC, and you will analyze all the PCs by triaging technique in few hours. Okay. So now you have a target PC. After triaging, we are going to triage in our later classes. I will show you and give you a software also for triaging purpose, so that you can do triaging of your own system and check which statistics are coming out. So after triaging, then forensic examination. Next, forensic examination, including acquisition plus analysis, is going to happen. Okay. So whenever a person asks you that, oh, okay, you have this kind of scenario, what will you do? So you have to say that, so I have to perform triaging. Okay, that's it. So this is triaging for a machine or laptop or a desktop or a Windows or Linux or Mac machine. Okay. But what about this kind of mobile devices? So mobile devices, we don't do triaging of mobile devices. Instead of that, the approach is different. There is a manual triaging we go, or there are certain tools available in industry which gives you a quick assessment of grabbing out the live data, which you can see on the screen. So that's why. But since mobile phones have flash storages, okay, UFS storage, eMMC chips, and they are very fast. So acquisition will take only 1.5 hours of a complete phone. Normally nowadays people have 256 GB phones or 128 GB phones. Okay, the acquisition is so high bandwidth. It's so much high bandwidth that it would take almost 1.5 hours just to pull out the forensic image. So that's why triaging is done manually on mobile phone. So it will give you a broader idea that if you have a multiple phones, then which phone is of a great importance. So that's why we don't do triaging process using any kind of software as compared to this forensics in mobile phones. Okay. Instead, we do manual triaging, scrolling down the screens and checking out whether it has any messenger apps like Telegram, like WhatsApp. Okay. So if it does have a WhatsApp, then definitely it is of great importance. When we start mobile forensics, then I'm going to give you some indicators how to activate mobile phone manually, which is among lots of mobile phones, which mobile phone is a great importance. Okay, so this is one of the approach.
Sir, how do you compromise whenever it is assigned to a one person and having a less time, about 25 to 30 minutes? And how do you find in a compromise system?
Sorry, come again.
Sir, to identify a compromise system, it nearly takes another 50 to 1 hour, where it is assigned to only one person and the time is about 25 to 25 minutes. How do you overcome these problems? Like, how do you find this compromised mission within 25 to 30 minutes?
You're talking about this scenario?
Yeah, sir, first sure.
Okay. So how to identify compromised system among you have 100 machines? Okay. So you don't have to go to each and every machine and do forensic analysis. Okay. It will cost you a lot of money because we are talking about in enterprise scenario. Okay. And cost a lot of money, and for 1 terabyte of machine, it will take you for complete analysis is 1 week. So you have to identify the machine, because triaging will give you this triaging of 4 to 5 minutes. It's a software which you connect to each machine. It's not installation, it's a on the go software. Okay, it will just load it into its primary memory, and it will just give you an interface. When we start doing triaging, you will come to know about the process, how to perform the triaging when we do hands-on technique, when we do hands-on of triaging. Okay, so triaging will give you what? When you start your software, triaging software, it will give you the past behavior. Okay, it will give you the ongoing activities in current machine. It will give you about user details, which user logged in when, and jump list will give you which files executed when and how many times. Okay, so when you start going on later lectures in forensic in digital forensics, then you will understand about these things in just a broader view I'm giving you just now. So when you have these kind of indicators of a machine, then you will come to know that, okay, this machine is of great importance, because let's say you have 10 machines, and out of 10 machines, 9 machines is giving you the ideal behavior that this machine is usually status is normal. User has not logged in, and there are no files executed within the time frame, which is your custodian or the owner of the premise is saying. Okay, because you have intel of this thing. You have the intel that this PCs are not in use for 1 week. Huh? I'm mute. I'm not mute. Am I audible, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So okay. So on the basis of intel, just on the basis of intel, you have to narrow down your search. You have to narrow down your search, and you have to find out the target PC. Okay. So let's say you have 100 machines. I gave you a scenario of 100 machines. So at least not doing forensic analysis of 100 machines, you have now some limited numbers. At least 1, 2, at least 5 you have, because not all cases are ideal. Some of them will give you some abnormal outcomes. Okay, so instead of going to analyze 100 PC, which will cost you more time and more money, you just have now limited numbers of PCs. Okay, so that's why triaging will help you to narrow down your machines.
Excuse
Got
me,
it?
sir.
Yeah.
So, like, while using triaging, we analyze the whole network, right?
No. You have not analyzed the whole network. You have just bound with single machine in triaging.
But
You have
sir,
a-
we have a set of 100 PCs, and they one of them is the initial point from where this compromisation started.
Mhm.
So it's obvious that all the PCs are in the same network. So when we will analyze the network, then won't it analyze all the PCs also?
But how will you analyze the whole network? You don't have any network management tool. You don't have any EDR, no SIEM, no server.
So
There is a challenge. See the challenge over here on the screen.
then, sir, while triaging, what exactly we analyze?
So that's the question. Okay. So what will you do? What will you got in triaging? You got to know about the past behavior of machine. About okay. Let me elaborate you. Triaging will give you last executed softwares, their count, and of course, the most important thing is timestamp. In forensics, everything is related to timestamp. And then user info. Which user logged timestamps, and jump list, and or let's say prefetch data. Prefetch data, last executed applications. And let's say it will give you the deleted history of data, and browser statistics, all the browsers with page info, their count, etc. Okay, so there are a lot of things in triaging. I'm just giving you out a few. So when you come to know about these things, that with timestamp, which is the most important thing in forensics, timestamp. So
but,
you have a statistics that PCs is closed, is not working since from 1 week. But before that 1 week, one of the PCs is compromised, working at normally. So out of 100 triaging reports, you come to know that among the idle states in those premises, which PC has what kind of applications running as compared to other triaging reports which you have. Okay, so triaging will give you a broader idea to find out the target PC. Okay, so if you have, let's say, 5 PCs comes out which are non-ideal in report, in triage report, as compared to 100 as compared to 95 PC triage report. Then instead of going forensic analysis, acquisition, and do analysis, okay, for 100 PC, now you have to deal with 5 PCs only. Okay, so these are the target location of which of the PC is compromised. Okay, out of that 5 PC, there is a maximum chance that few PCs comes out to be false positive. Okay, so out of 100, you have find out 5 PC for analysis, and few of them are false positive. And then आपका निकलेगा लास्ट में टारगेट पीसी ओनली आफ्टर target PC only after forensic analysis. Now you come to know about why triaging is not giving you the actual scenario about that this PC is compromised, but it will give you a broader idea that out of 100 PC, which of the PC you have to examine. Now you got the objective of doing triaging.
yes, sir. And so triaging is performed on the devices individually, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So whenever, so this kind of queries is very important. What you have asked, that why triaging is giving a target PC. So it is giving you a broader idea to find out the target PC. Okay. So instead of going to 100 PCs forensic analysis, now you have 5 PCs which are non-ideal in triaging report. And it might be possible that out of these 5 PCs, some came out to be false positive. False positive. Okay. So the target PC only comes after forensic analysis. This is about triaging thing. Okay.
Sir, if this triaging works on individual means should all perform also 100 or we overall all systems should perform also this triaging.
Yes.
For 100
yes.
pieces, it is
For
also
100
time taking process, no sir. We have
So-
to run on 100 pieces.
Yes, yes. So you have to give 1 week for one PC for analysis. Let's say time comparison. 100 PC, 1 week per PC. So how much will time it take? 100 weeks?
Yes, 100 weeks.
Okay. So in forensic examination, it actually takes this much amount of time. That's why forensic examination, forensic analysis is very costly. It is very costly. Let me give you an example of corporate pricing of PC. Corporate pricing for PC is, I'm going very corporate here, is giving like 8 lakhs per machine. Okay, 8 lakhs per machine is the corporate pricing. The companies which are very just below the corporate one or some or like private limited companies, they are charging between 5 to 6. So every business has some metrics which is need to be considered. Okay. So for 100 PC, it will take 200 weeks, which is approximately how much? 2 years. Right?
Yes, yes. So,
Approximately 2 years. I'm just considering all 7 weeks to be working. All 7 days to be working, sorry. All 7 days to be working, which is not possible. Right? There must be 5 days working. So you have got an idea that how much time will it take to analyze 100 pieces. Now you have in triaging 100 pieces multiplied by 4 minutes. It will give you how much? 400 minutes, which is about how much? 60 hours?
6 hours or something.
Okay. Like 7 hours.
7 hours.
Approx.
Approximately.
So let's say, so triaging has not only the benefit to reduce down the search of target PC, but also it is way much lesser in terms of costing. The business metrics of the company is very much dependent on triaging. That you have 100 PCs. How much you are going to approach it? Okay, so that's why I'm telling you, in your interview, you will receive a kind of scenario in which they don't want a correct answer from you, but they want an approach which is very practical to you. So do you think that this seems to be practical? Do you think this seems to be practical?
No, sir.
So yeah. So one of the guy among you has asked that it costs a lot of time in triaging also. So 100 pieces will give you 5 hours only. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So that's why.
Sir, how do you find compromise when you have a less time like 1 hour?
Sorry, come again.
Sir, if we have a 1 hour to find a compromise mission, how you will find?
I just explained you the whole process. That triaging will give you these kind of things. Not only these kind of
Yeah,
things,
sir.
but there are a lot
But
of
it
things.
takes a lot of time to find the overall compromise
No,
mission.
no. It will not give you a lot of time. In 4 minutes, you have all the info of
Yeah, sir.
lot of things. So this will get clear more when you start doing hands-on by yourself. I'm just giving a broader view. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why. So now you come to know about the business metrics, why triaging is important. So
Yes.
whenever you receive a question in your one-to-one interview round, then you have to explain it in this way. Okay. So at least you are not targeting the PC, but you are narrowing down the search from 100 PC to at least 5 PC, then to 1 PC. Okay. So this comes in identification. How to identify when you visit the premises? How do you identify? So identification is if you have multiple devices and if you have computers, then you have to perform triaging. For mobile phones, the approach is very different. It is very different. Okay, you have to go for some manual scrolling and finding out mobile phone will create importance if it has gallic data or not. So there are different indicators. We will cover it when we start with mobile forensics. Okay. So in identification and then collection. Collection, as I told you yesterday, collection comprises of acquisition. Okay, acquisition. So identification is one thing, and you have to do collection, that is acquisition. Collection. As the name suggests, it is acquisition to acquire the data. Now you have to make 2 copies of each exhibit. Of each exhibit. Why? Because on one copy you have to do analysis and you have to do processing. Let's say during operation, that copy, that hard disk, that copy hard disk is gone malfunction. It is not functioning anymore. It is not sensing anymore. It is not notating. It is not detecting into the PC. Some mishappening is occurred, which is very common in hard disk. Okay, which is very common in hard disk. So that's why, and 2 copies. One is master copy, and the second is working copy. This is a basic principle of acquisition, and it is related to and applied to computers, to mobile phones, to servers, to pen drives, to cloud data. For each, for everything. It's a golden rule. It's a golden rule. Okay, so master copy is going to preserve or seize, and working copy for processing and analysis. Okay. Now, this is not just to okay. What the why do we need? Why? Because I just told you that one of the copy is got damaged, or corrupted, etc. This is one of the reason. This is not just the only reason. The main reason is that let's say your working copy is got damage, and you don't have another copy. Yes. So, and in that scenario, your exhibit after examination is released by you, and end user is working on it. So when I do acquisition again, do we get same hash value of that PC? Get me an answer?
So the hash value changes regularly.
Yes. So hash value changes, and which destroys the data integrity. And data integrity is the most important thing in digital forensics. Okay, so that's why you must have 2 copies. if one of the copy is got damaged, then you can make another copy from the master copy. Okay, so that's why it is kept into preserved state, very preserved state, so that no electromagnetic interference, no human interference will damage the data. So it is kept for years and years. Okay, till the case going on in prosecution and analysis. So after all the analysis has been done, then this data is goes into shredding state or deleted state. Okay. So this is the second thing, collection and preservation. So collection, we are going to a lot of exercises in collection in the later sections of visual forensics. Okay. So preservation, you got to know about why do we preserve this thing. Okay. And then analysis and examination are single step. There is no different step, analysis and examination. And last is conclusion. Okay. Now let's jump to a seizure state. So whenever you have been asked that you visited to a crime scene and what will you do? Okay. So documentation, I have given you yesterday evidence collection form, this kind of thing. Okay. So this is used to document your evidence, your exhibits. So first of all, you have to isolate the premises. Okay, so this is a crime scene, but you don't actually get the crime scene. You will get an IT premises in which all the systems are in the network state, all the systems are is in active state and data transfer is going on. So you have to make sure the isolation of network. I'm going to discuss that in later sessions. How do you make sure that your device is completely isolated? Okay. So photography of the device, this thing you don't have to do because it's a very generic procedure of handling the crime scene. But when you receive electronic evidence, an exhibit, then you have to perform this thing by yourself to maintain the chain of custody. Okay. But when you are in a government premises, when you are working with local and state level agencies like income tax, like enforcement directorate, like police agencies, then you must have to visit with their team as their own officials. So, and you have to perform this kind of forensic procedures. Okay, so photography means why do we need photography? Because if the device is damaged, then you must have to photograph that thing, that from this point it is damaged, so that in later when you preserve the original evidence, when it comes out to be damaged state, so you have a proof that at the time of seizure it is actually damaged. So there is no human interference which damages or destroys the physical state of the evidence. Okay. And then you have to start collecting. Once you identify, triaging has been done. You do barricading, then triaging, and then documenting that you have done triaging in those devices. You have to tag each and every computer machine, and then you have to perform this documentation part. Preservation. So there is another thing, seizure memo. I'm not going to discuss that thing because at this point of time, it is not very much useful to you. But once you have done all the things, then it's an addition thing in your forensic process. It's just a documentation thing. So I'm just mainly concerned with the technical part over here. Once you are very comfortable with everything in forensic, digital forensic, then we will discuss all this add-on thing. This is the add-on thing, seizure memo. Okay, so preservation. So there are, okay, this is another very interesting network isolation. Okay, so okay, so PCs, mobile phones, they all have electromagnetic wave. Okay, they all transmits and receive electromagnetic waves or signal, EM signal. Transfers and receive electromagnetic signal. Okay. But do you think that when you put mobile into flight mode, it's actually got isolated?
No, sir.
Why?
Uh, it communication is disturbed, but internal network is Bluetooth, and something is on. Only network is disturbed, sir.
Okay. So let me show you one thing. Let's talk about first of all mobile phones. They have internal power supply, right? That powers antennas and sensors. So when you switch off your PC, your mobile phone, sensors still works with clock. Okay, when you switch off your device, your mobile phone, does the clock disrupts or not? The clock remains same, right?
Yes, sir.
Why? It has to disrupt.
But say if we have switched off our phone and clock also stops working, then there will be no mode for us to switch it on.
I'm not getting you. You have switched off your mobile phone, okay, for like 1 day. And
Yes,
after
sir.
24 hours, you switched on it back. So does
Yes, sir.
the clock remain same as before, or it will synchronize to your current timing?
So it will synchronize.
How? And there is no signal, there is nothing Wi-Fi, no GSM signal.
Because, sir, because the internal sensor is working.
Yes, definitely. So sensors are working with antennas that keep on radiating. Okay. So if your GPS is off and mobile phone is off, but still your location could be found out. Not precisely, but approximately. Okay. Precision is done. Precision is done by what? 10-meter range. I'm giving a hint, 10-meter range. And what gives you 10-meter range? GPS. And approximation is done by triangulation. Triangulation method. Okay. How many of you are from electronics and communication background? Do you have studied this electronic communication in your college, university? Am I not audible?
So you're audible.
Okay. Let's drop this question. So I'm just giving a broader get a broader idea about triangulation is done by your mobile stations. Okay. In mobile stations, there are 3 stations which are working synchronously with your mobile phone. And whenever all these 3 towers, the frequency gets coupled with each other, that point is your approximated location. Okay. Let's say you have one tower at point number A, point number B, and point number C. That the radiation pattern which overlaps with each other, the common region comes out to be your approximated location. Okay. So if the phone is switched off, still the triangulation method is work because it has a SIM card and your motherboard has power due to your internal power supply. Okay. So that's why when we receive a mobile phone as exhibit, we have to network isolate it by using RF bags, which is known as RF isolation bags or radio frequency isolation bags. These are also called as Faraday bags. It's a wire mesh that cross cuts the EM interference. So it will cross cut the EM interference and all the signals coming from inside to outside goes lost within the bag. So this is the picture of isolation bag. You can see. Yeah. This is the picture of isolation bag. It has a provision of that you can connect to your PC, and at the isolation mode you can touch your screen, and after putting in a flight mode you have to put mobile phone into network isolation bags. Okay, and for using that mobile phone with the presence of isolation bag, this is one of the picture. If you want to seize your mobile phone so that you have to transport it to your lab, and later you have to work with the mobile phone as an exhibit, then this picture is it is. So there is an envelope kind of thing. It is actual Faraday bag that ensures no electromagnetic signals comes outside, goes outside from inside and alters your data. So when any signal comes inside and alters a single bit of a mobile phone, then it will change the data entry. A single bit it will change, and it will change the data integrity, and subsequently the hash value will get changed. Okay. So this is about network isolation. Okay. So this is acquisition, imaging, and cloning, the later thing. When we start focusing on single thing, that is this forensic, then we will cover this imaging and this cloning part. So as of now, for today, I think it is sufficient for you guys. If you have any queries with me, then you can ask. So let me cover one more thing with the laptop. With laptop isolation. So in network isolation, you have to put everything in flight mode, because nowadays your operating system have this kind of provision available, flight mode, and then put in again RF isolation bags or Faraday bags. So the size is much bigger for laptops and other tablet PCs. So, and the same RF bags works for both isolation, the network isolation for mobile phone and this forensics. So this is about today's discussion. So if you guys have any query, you can ask. And from today evening or for tomorrow, you will receive a timetable schedule so that you can arrange your timeline according to it. And Yeah, we are open for discussion. Yes, Harsh. Hello. So I think we can conclude today's session. Thank you.
Sir, could you please share today's notes in the group?
Yeah, you will get it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
So just a second. My question is, after putting our devices on the RF bag, the internal and external connection will be same, or the all will be stopped.
As
And
soon as
as
you put your electronic evidence in RF bags or Faraday bags, everything goes stop.
and
Everything.
as we talk about the clock, so it will remain same or it will change on time.
Clock will remain same, but outside connection from the device, it will get stopped. So by switching on your device, clock remains same, and changing of clock will not change the hash value of files. So when
Yeah.
we talk about mobile forensics, the data integrity of is quite different as compared to data integrity of computers. So when we jump to mobile forensic topic, you are come to know about why there is a difference between the data integrity of computers and mobile phones.
Okay. Thank you.
So I think we can conclude today's session. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.